Have you ever watched one of those success stories before? And you're watching it, your eyes are glued to the screen, right? And you're just like, how are they still pushing through? You hear of them going bankrupt, losing millions of dollars, wife leaves them and they're just down on their knees, they're depressed, but they still persevere. I remember coming across this 10 years ago, and although I was inspired during the video, after the video, I literally felt depressed because I knew I wasn't one of them. My mindset was nowhere near that level. I was suffering from social anxiety, low self-esteem, you name it. I never felt like I was good enough. And if that was what it really took to be successful, screw it. My life was an absolute mess. And it wasn't until I began to hang around with these successful people, when I began my life reinvention journey, I realized that these mindset patterns you can adopt in your life. And it comes down to these 5 things I'm going to share with you today. So be sure to pay close attention, especially to the final 2, because you got to take action on it right now. So without further ado, let's go on to the first step, which is to change your perception. I want you to remember this, tattoo this on the inside of your eyelid. Remember, your perception is reality. We walk around on this planet called Earth, almost looking through a lens, and this lens dictates what you see. So the moment you change the perception of what you see, what you're making life mean to you, what you're making this adversity mean to you, that's when you're able to get different results. Are you beginning to see this? Change your perception. As a great saying goes that I love to always remind myself. When we change the way we look at life, the life we look at changes. You're choosing to see the world in this particular manner right now. No matter how hard that is to really adopt as a belief, I want you to realize not everybody will perceive the reality exactly how you see it right now. And this is why when you're abroad on holiday, what you see is different from somebody a local would see. Your perception is reality. So talk about perception is reality. Let's go straight up to the second point. You want to perceive this adversity as a gift. Second point is to accept the gift. What if you were to realize the gift right now is coming in a packaging that you might not be familiar with? The packaging might be something that you don't want to open. But when you open this, one day you'll begin to realize this has been the most important part of your chapter. There are parts of my life where I look back when I was working as a toilet cleaner, downright depressed, going in every single day. Just working for just bare, like nothing, just hating my job. I look back now and I'm just like, why am I mentally resilient? It's because of those times. Thank goodness that happened, otherwise I won't be here. And although it's quite hard for you to maybe just accept that right now, I want you to realize that this moment in your particular time of life is happening for a reason. So accept the gift, because the teacher is trying to teach you a lesson that you got to learn for you to advance that next level. Accept it from the heart, and let's push forward with the third step. The first step is to believe it, to see it. Every single successful individual, they're delusional. If you've hung around with billionaires and millionaires like I have, you probably have seen me interviewing some people on our show. They are a bit delusional. Their friends call them crazy, especially at the start. I remember coming across, one of the most successful individuals during this time when I was quite young, and the amount of ideas this person had in terms of changing the world, I was just like, oh, I don't think it's possible. Although I didn't say that out loud, I was just like, how can he do it? And he just goes out and does it, and several years later, he's just living it. And I realized how my mind was skeptical because I was broke. I was coming from a scarcity mindset. And these successful people, they're delusional. They see something that's not here yet. There's a story of when they're building the first Disney, the Walt Disney Center. There's a story of how the construction workers, after they built it looked absolutely amazing. The Disney World, they took a step back and they just looked at it and they're like, whoa, and their eyes are glistening. All of these construction workers, they're like, wow, this place looks incredible. Imagine Walt Disney. Imagine if Walt Disney saw this. And what ended up happening was one of the head construction workers said, you don't understand. Walt Disney saw this long time ago. And that's why we're seeing it right now. You got to believe it for you to one day see it. Believe it every single day. You can get yourself out. You can create that life. It all starts with some level of delusional thinking, no matter how you like to put it. We got to have faith in ourselves. You got to believe in you. The fourth step, talk about believing. Now you got to act. Human beings were designed to be forward moving. Anytime you'll notice when you've got the most amount of depression or sadness, whatever it may be, it's because you've stopped moving. You've fallen over. It's like a bicycle. What happens with a bicycle when it stops moving? It falls over. And most human beings, when they just stop moving, they stop taking action towards their dreams. That's when chaos happens. True or true? Yes, there are times, of course, you got to rest and rejuvenate, but you got to know when to take action. And if right now you're waiting for the right time for you to take action, I want you to realize this is the time. As a great quote says, it's one day or day one. You decide. To realize ship in the harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are built for. You got to get out there. You got to begin to take action on what you really want. If you got yourself into this adversity, quote unquote, you got to now think, how can I focus on solutions? What's the way of me getting out of this adversity? Don't focus on the problem, otherwise you will see more of it in your life. You're focusing on it, that's why it's expanding. Focus on steps moving forward. No matter how small the steps are, it will get you to your destination. Move forward. Take that step right now. Now let's go on to the final step, which is to ask for help. And this is important, but not everybody really are willing to be vulnerable to ask for help. I want you to realize that there is no such thing as a self-made man or self-made woman. Behind every single self-made individual, quote unquote, you'll notice they've had a lot of help from their mentors, a lot of help from the coaches. Stop trying to journey alone. If right now you find yourself always in this adversity, always, facing these setbacks, ask for help. So try to find a community, try to find a coach who understands you. Let them spot possible blind spots. And this is why I've got a coach in my life. It just works wonders just having somebody who truly cares about you. So move forward strong today with the 5 steps I share with you. And my one wish is this: whatever you do, just take action. Whatever you do today, just take that micro step. Do it. You got to be forward moving. Get into momentum. Remember, clarity doesn't come from thinking about it. Clarity comes from actually doing it, giving it a shot. As my mentor always used to say to me, ready, fire, then aim. Ready, fire, then aim. I wish you best of luck. Have an incredible rest of the day. And as always, follow your heart and take action and go live the life you're truly born to live.